Hey Dandelions, future editor here. So I did not actually include an intro for this one, so here's a blooper as a way to say sorry. But you guessed it, today we're doing Nekoma High face paint. So grab your brushes, grab your makeup, and meet me in the bathroom. Alright y'all, so today I decided, okay, welcome back to the channel guys. Let me separate my thoughts. Let me get it together. Okay. So, last night or early this morning, if you want to count it, because it was at like 12 a.m. when I decided this. But I decided that like, okay, so story time. We have this app on our TV called Apollo. This is not sponsored, by the way. But so on Apollo, you can watch different movies, and you can watch cable on there. Like you pay like you can pay $50 or so on and so on for, like these different months and stuff. And they have anime too, so you can watch certain anime movies, like certain titles that Netflix don't even have, like all the Studio Ghibli, like all of that stuff is on there. Anyways, they have this section of anime movies. Now, originally, I was supposed to watch Sailor Moon. I had started it on Friday. My week did not play. Hang on. My week did not play out how I thought it would. And so a lot of things that I thought I was going to do, I did not. One of them was watch Sailor Moon like I wanted to. I've started it, but I've only gotten like 5 episodes in. So I didn't want to try to rush to watch it all last night and didn't have to spend all day looking up the characters when I really don't know them. Like, I want to give an honest review, so I'm pushing that back to next week, to hopefully, well, I'm pushing that back to the week after next, and here's why. Listen to me now. So I thought last night, or I basically was like, well, what am I gonna do since I'm not gonna like do Sailor Moon? Obviously I gotta watch something. Like, I gotta find something to watch. And I was, thinking about all these old titles that I could have watched, but then I proceeded to be like, I don't want to watch none of them. So I went and I was gonna watch Black Clover, because that was also another anime that I said I was gonna watch. And I've watched enough Black Clover to warrant and grant me a review, but just once again, not a very long one, because I don't know like the ending. Anywho's, I hope this makes sense to somebody. Okay, so I was wondering what I was gonna watch, right? Because I couldn't watch Sailor Moon. And so, anyways, I'm browsing on Apollo. I'm looking through their movie categories. Also, by the way, I know I'm gonna say this in the intro, but I feel like I need to include it in here. We're doing Nekoma High School face paint art today, like a coach's outfit. And I'm doing Kuroo in particular today, and he is gonna be the first one I do. But I'm pretty sure, I know for sure, I'm gonna come back and do more. Just not really when, because plan our schedule. Anyways, back to this. I just want to say that. So, um, this I okay. Let me start this all over, because I am feeling here, y'all. Okay, I ended up. Here we go. I ended up. Okay, this is my third attempt. I'm about to try to get through this explanation. So it was this category section on um the app Apollo, and they had anime movies. And I was like, okay, like this is great, this is cool. Maybe I can find like a movie to watch and review. So there was this Dracula movie that I saw, and I was going to watch that one, but um there was this Dracula movie on that I was gonna watch, but there was no subtitles. So there's a fire stick in my front room, and it's connected, to the same app. But for whatever reason, the one in the front room will not update like the one in my room. And so the subtitles were not on the movies in the front. So I was like, oh, well, in that case, like, why don't I just watch a classic old Japanese anime movie, try to figure it out, like, talk about what my thesis is, and then come back the next week and see if I was right or not, and like turn the subtitles on the second time. So basically, we're gonna call this blind reaction. So the one we're gonna get into today, guys, we're starting off rough. It is called Perfect Blue. Now, once again, this is a blind reaction, so I do not know if what I'm telling y'all about this movie is true. I will not know this until next week. So you're gonna have to come back for next week so I can tell you whether I was right or wrong. So, anywho's, this girl from what so I did read the synopsis, and the synopsis said that this girl is basically she's gonna leave her idol group. So she's in an idol group. She's gonna leave that group, and then she's gonna join she's basically gonna go into hentai. And I'm gonna say this is like 18 or older. I'm gonna try to be as respectful as possible, okay? But the youngins, please, I'm gonna just try to be respectable for everybody. But there's gonna be some things that I'm gonna say, and I want to make sure that I say the right things always. Okay, so now that I'm done like triggering my own self, um she's in this idol group, and she goes from being in this idol group to doing hentai. And if you don't know what hentai is, it's basically like adult entertainment, but the animation style, I suppose you would call it like that. Anywho, it's something you should not be watching if you're over 18. And even if you're over 18, like, don't fall into that rabbit hole. It's just one that's very hard to come out of. Speaking from experience. Anywho's, so this girl, she is into that, right? But y'all, I would have honestly, I was surprised I sat through this movie. I was shocked that I watched this movie because, like, the scandal in it just had my jaws on the floor. And I didn't even know that they made movies like this in Japan. And I'm trying to understand, like, why the rest of the world just makes it seem like black people are just out of pocket. Because look at what the movies that y'all are making. But, anywho's, um, Baby Child, she has gotten into hentai, and it's basically like consensual, non-consensual. Basically, like 50 Shades type of stuff, but without the consent. But she's still willing. It just looks like she's not. So it's like she's playing out a fantasy. And I was wondering, like, okay, what happened that made you want to live this life? Because she wasn't happy about it at all. She hated her job. Well, at times it seemed like she really hated it. She was sad a lot, and in one particular scene. So the girl I'm talking about, her name is Mima. Yeah, so Perfect Blue is about Mima. Let me put it like that. Let me start there. That's her name, who left the idol group. But so I don't know why she went there. I'm okay. So that's my first theory, like, or my first, I guess, thought process is like, why is she there? What did she go there for? Obviously something happened, but what? And so it would jump back and forth and show like flashbacks of this concert she had, and like it was three of them in a group, and at this concert, um at this one particular concert, a fight basically broke out between like two sides of the party. And I don't know if they were mad. I think like one set of guys were mad because they there to see the girls like jump around in their little skirts or whatever. And these dudes are out here trying to start a war and pick on this one dude who is Y'all, he creepy. Like, as soon as I peeped him, no lie, I was like, you gonna do something to this girl before the movie over with. Y'all, I knew he was gonna be up to some scandalous stuff. It was the way he looked at her. I was like, ugh, don't nobody want you looking at them like that. It was, y'all, it was a triggering night. And this all happened this morning at like 2 a.m. It was just such an experience. But so she is yeah, jumping thoughts back between when she's an idol or whatever. And let me just say also, this movie was confusing my senses because sometimes it would show her like living her day-to-day life, but she was just acting out this movie. And I'm like, dang, like, of course I knew that there was productions and like adult films, but I didn't realize you had to do so much. It's such a demanding job, and no, I don't think it pays that well. But then again, I don't know. Anywho's, so Baby Child, they show one scene, and like she ends up being on the stage, and she is like stripping, and so this guy walks on the stage, and he is doing his thing, and and y'all, the director cut them because I'm assuming he couldn't like get his pants down fast enough. And I just could not stop laughing at that because he was like, uh, you know, I I don't even want to say because I don't know what he was saying, but like, oh, sorry, mas, like sorry or whatever. And I'm just sitting here like, what is happening here? So they are showing this scene, and I don't. The reason why I really brought this scene up too is because the creepy one that I just called that I knew was going to like do something inappropriate. Okay, so yeah, he is sitting here eating up the film. Like he is just loving everything that's happening. And y'all, what's so crazy about it is, okay, confessional time, because why not? I used to think like if all else failed in my life and I never got like anything else, I was never gonna move back to my hometown. I was never no, I was gonna either go into that industry or I was gonna be a stripper. One of the two. But now after watching this movie, I'm like, I'm first of all, I'm glad that the Lord touched my heart. And two, like I'm glad that like wisdom came into my life because those jobs seem a little dangerous, you know? Because, like, to this girl, she is just acting, right? She's just there doing her job. But somebody is really getting off on that, thinking, like, that is how she needs to be treated. And that's not okay, you know? Like, at the end of the day, it is still her choice who she wants to indulge in, and it should be kept that way. So, anywho's, before we get there and to finding out about him, he's just looking at her way too hard. And I'm just like, you need to step away from her. Like, sir, please step away from the woman. But so she goes home and she's looking around, and so she has two managers, I'm assuming. And one of the managers seem like they really want her to pursue this life, and the other one's like, absolutely not, George. So one of her managers seemed like they really want her to do whatever she wants because from what I can tell, it looks like the group was like running out of money. That's what I'm assuming, or like they had to, you know, work extra hard or something like that. I don't know. Something was amiss with that. But she had a female and a male manager, and like the female was basically like trying to protect her. I say, and like keep her from doing things that would, like jeopardize her future, hurt her, scar her, things like that. And the guy is just like, whatever you want, the world is your oyster. Like, you can have whatever you like. Okay, so she ends up doing the scene. She ends up choosing to do the hentai or whatever. And y'all, as soon as the movie was released, her managers were both crying. And like the female took it really really hard. So I really strongly believe like whatever the plot was, she did not want her being a part of that lifestyle. But baby girl was headstrong and she was like, I want what I want when I want it. So she got it. Anywho's, she starts reading this online thing. I don't know how to describe it, but this online thing. And somebody is basically posting everything about her, like her likes, her dislikes, what she gets when she goes to the grocery store, what she feeds her food, her fish, and what order she feeds them. Like, I mean, this person knows it all about her, and she's kind of freaked out. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, but what did you think was gonna happen though? Like, what did you truly expect from this experience? Anywho's, y'all, I ended up falling asleep on this movie. Not because it was not interesting, because I can't wait to go back and figure out if like my theories were correct, but because it was like 2 in the morning. And so I fell asleep, and when I woke up, somebody was dead. This guy had been shot at this like rehearsal. Now I was kind of side eyeing that part of the movie because if he shot, like, why didn't y'all lock the studio down? Is that just only an American thing? Like, y'all just let them go. I don't understand it. But so this guy gets killed, and then this girl, she ends up deceased, and so I think no, I saw there was one guy that got off. I think he was shot in the neck. Then somebody else was off in the elevator, like their eyeballs were snatched out, and I was just like, but did they knife their eyes out? And I'm like, I bet you it's that girl. And then like whenever I don't know, this girl, she was having weird moments where like her idol self was talking to her like nude model self, and I was just like, what is happening? So yeah, I what I think is going on, what I assumed is happened is she was an idol lady, okay? Everything was great. Like the guys seemed to cheer her on, like, she was loving it. Either she needed the money or she just was not feeling that life anymore. And I also suspect that she was kind of like a serial killer because she was killing these people, and then she had this very attractive photographer friend. And the next thing I know, she went for his throat too. And I was just like, but what did he do though? Because I don't know what he did, because I can't understand the language that good. So we are just going off of pure like body language and everything else. Y'all, that movie was so intense. Like, I was like, I came here thinking I was gonna be like shocked because of the hentai factor, and it was the murder factor because I did not expect all of that to go down, y'all. It was a wild trip. So it's called Perfect Blue, and it's really old. Like, it's really old, and the girl, she seems so sweet. Um, she seemed really nice, and after she started though, like being an adult film lady, she did kind of change. I was like, you can ease up, but I even like okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I hope that the understanding is there. But in my mind, if you're going to be doing that act, it does not matter if it's for a job, if it's for home, you should be enjoying that. She was not. She regretted everything. Like the way she looked up at the ceiling. And then yeah, one part cracked me up because like he was whispering in her ear. I guess this guy knew her from like idol days. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I hope I'm not being too rough. And she was like, it's okay. I like it like that. I really don't know if that was said. I do not take me at face value for that. That's just a theory. That is what I think was said. But y'all, I was cracking myself up. I was creating like my own dialogue last night. I was talking to the screen as if they were actually saying that to each other. I was like, yeah, she said, get your dirty, dusty butt away from her, talking all that trash, and you don't know how hard it is to be an idol. Y'all, it was fun. It was fun, so I definitely want to do it again. Like I said, after this one, I'm probably gonna do cast this Dracula. It's called like Blood Hunter D, and basically is it reminds me of Castlevania. It kind of looks like it's gonna be like a pre-Castlevania. I'm only saying that because this one was released first, and the main guy is like, okay, well we'll just get into that on that one because this one is all about Perfect Blue. But yeah, y'all, that one was rough. And then other parts that I kind of remember from it is like she seemed to be really close to like her idol friends. So I really just don't know what happened there. And like I said, I was just shocked when she offed like the photographer because like they were showing him like filming her or whatever, and she just starts being like Melanie Martinez, forward to the throat. Like, I mean, yeah, it was a time. So I plan on going back and watching it probably tonight or sometimes this week so I can draw the characters up, get everything out, and then tell y'all if I was right or wrong. But I think she was a serial killer, all right. And I feel like she was trying to hide from herself, like who she was. Like maybe she had undealt with and unresolved situations. And because of that, she turned to like adult movies. But she did not like it like she thought she was gonna like it. Like Homegirl was literally hating everything about that place. So I think she just was in over her head about trying to escape herself. And like I said, she was not happy. All right, Homegirl, like she faked a lot. She would put on this smile, you know, try to walk around all like cocky and cute. It was a facade. You could tell it was a facade. That girl was drowning on the inside. And then I don't think that many people at her job really liked her. It seemed like two were like cast members and they were always having something to say. But y'all, like when she went off and was stabbing one person, I was like, he must have like told you your mama was like a hooker or something. I don't even know because she was just slicing and dicing this man. And like I said, it was a rough, wild movie. And I was just shocked that like Japan produced something like this. You know, I'm flabbergasted. I should not be flabbergasted because the hentai, but I'm flabbergasted to find like a movie like that exists. And so towards the end of it, yeah, that's why I wanted to bring back up the guy who I knew was gonna like hurt her. I'm telling y'all, it was the way his beady eyes looked at her, okay? It wasn't just like a normal glaze. It was just like something was there. It was a miss. He I don't know. She's on the stage. She's running. She's coming. So she's pretty much after she finds out that this person knows about who she is, she starts doing ridiculous stuff. Like I mean, ridiculous, but kind of understandable. But she's running. She's running from him. I mean, or she's running in general, trying to make sure this guy does not catch her. Right. But y'all, this baby, she just out here blowing it. All right, she really is like she is so paranoid about this person coming to get her that I'm talking about running up the subway stairs and I know somebody's like, have you run up the subway stairs too? But I mean, I think it'd be in your best interest to fake like you don't even see what's happening. Play dumb, you know? that I would have played dumb. I would have played like I didn't know where nothing was at, what nobody was doing. No. But so yeah, she was running, and I don't know if he like started suspecting that she knew or what. But one night she was at the um studio. She had came in. Oh yeah, she had been getting phone calls on her phone, but whenever she picked up, nobody would answer. And it wasn't a phone like how we have phones today. It was like a telephone, and you can't always track private numbers and stuff like how we can today. Anywho's, she did not know who was calling her restricted. And so yeah, she's just pretty much paranoid. She's trying to do things out of order so like he doesn't catch on or notice her changing up her routine. But so when she starts releasing these adult photos, the guy that's been, and I really hope that I have pictures, but the dude who's been stalking her or like smiling creepily at her, y'all, I'm talking about he blew his whole check for her merchandise. I'm talking about he is at the store buying every single copy of this girl. And that is just so wild to me. Like, that is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. That movie was giving me the heebie jeebies for sure. But yeah, he bought everything. And even the people in the store was looking at him like, sir, what are you doing, sir? And he's just, anywho's, he buys them and he's at home and like they show him and how he basically is typing out all this stuff on this website called like angeldarling.com. And so pretty much this girl too, she wants to be an actress. She did want to be an actress, a famous actress, but I don't think that she wanted to go that route because it was a rough route. But yeah, she's trying to climb like the top 100 rates and stuff. And y'all, I'm talking about when she did that scene, everybody was just glued to her. And I am still questioning how you are so bold to do that. I could never. I'd be shaking like a leaf. I'd be like, look, I had a change of heart. This job ain't for me. Okay, it's just not working out. It is you and me. We just cannot come to terms on this thing. So yeah, like I said, I was just speechless. I don't even have words to describe that movie encounter for me. It was just something different. I didn't expect it. I didn't know that that was going to come at me the way it did. So yeah, it's called Perfect Blue. I really do think you should check it out. And just to see like what you think about it. Of course, next week I'm gonna come back and tell y'all like the conclusion of what happened. If I was right about things or wrong. All right, gang. So this is my Kuroo look, my captain's uniform from Nekoma. Um, I will include more pictures, of course. Are you gonna cooperate? Please stop showing my bathroom. It's like I have to stand over here to be great. But Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please kiss me with the heart. Please comment below which anime you would like me to review, which manga you would like me to read. If you would like me to do any blind reacts to any certain movie titles you come across, let me know. Like, I am out here for it. That is gonna be a thing because Perfect Blue had me invested, okay? I want to know who, what, where, when, and why. I am invested to find out more about that movie, so I will let y'all go another week before I tell you. But yes, like I said, she was running from a troubled past because she was out here slicing and dicing on people. All right, men started really wanting to like mess around on her, so they probably f around and found out. So that's probably why she was also stabbing him. And yeah, the last one thought that he was really gonna get him some, and she was like, "Mink, mink, mink." No, you're not. So yeah, that's the bullet points to take away from here. Don't quit your day jobs because the night jobs are so much worse. Because that baby, she should have stayed in the light. But really, this is another little quick heart to heart. Like, I know sometimes you may think perhaps you can't do a certain thing or like you won't qualify or be enough, but that is simply the enemy just trying to get you down. A year ago, I could not even like fit this. I couldn't like even get the shirt on. It was up here like Schwarzenegger, like the shorts. It was no, it was nothing like this. And so please be encouraged to keep going, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when you do have doubts. Do it anyway, because that's where your faith comes from. That's where your trust comes in, and knowing and believing that what you lack, God will cover. And if He called you to do it, and if He put those dreams on your heart, then you need to do it because there's only one you, and nobody can be you like you. But alas, I'm done being sentimental. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me again. I hope that you had a great week. Okay, I hope you had a great Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. I don't celebrate it. I mean, but some people do. My grandpa was in the military, the army. Yes. Anyways, I'm gonna go because this is getting long. But yes, love you guys. Till next time, I've been your rambling host, DohiSama. Remember always, the Lord loves you. May He keep you and bless you. And I love you as well. I hope you have a great weekend. Goodbye, guys.